I found a white dog that knew how to open the fridge. When I got my period, he even bought painkillers. Then on a full moon night, he transformed into a man, pinned me down, and said, "Now it Fox, your turn to take care of me." My dog Snow was the smartest, most intuitive creature I'd ever met. Not only could he fetch the mail and turn off the lights, he even knew to grab tampons from the store when I was on my period. I adored him. Until one day I saw a picture online and blurted, "Snow, you are not a wolf, are you?" He blinked those soulful eyes and woofed. Then he said, "Babe, you are missing a word. I am a werewolf." It was a Saturday morning, and I was headed out to take the trash and grab some breakfast. Next to the dumpster was a cardboard box, inside a fluffy white puppy, maybe 5 or 6 months old, looked up at me. "Whose good boy is this?" I muttered, glancing nervously at the security camera. "Born if no one claims him, he's mine." And just like that, I had a dog back in my apartment. The puppy stretched, stepped gracefully out of the box, and surveyed the place like royalty. I crouched down and stroked his head. "Hi there, little guy. I'm your new mom." He gave me a cool, appraising look. "You are so white. I'm gonna call you Snow." "Snow, Snow." He remained unimpressed. I swear I saw a flicker of disdain in his eyes. "Weird," I mumbled. "I'm soon you to wag your tail, Don. You like me unlike every other dog I can seen." Snow's tail just hung there. At my question, he glanced at me and gave a single perfunctory wag. My heart melted. "Miss Snow, are you hungry? I'll get you some food." I microwaved some leftover dumplings and set them down. Snow sniffed them delicately, then walked right past me. I followed him, utterly bewildered, as he reached up, opened the fridge with his paw, and pulled out a package of raw pork. What in the world? Had I woken up in a cartoon? Since when do dogs open refrigerators? I'd always wanted a pet. It just never worked out until Snow. The moment I saw him, it was like love at first sight. That inexplicable feeling made me scoop him up without a second thought. I'd imagined having a dog would be simple. It wasn't. Angst then, because Snow wasn't exactly a normal dog. He refused dog food, preferring raw meat. He was obsessed with cleanliness, demanding a bath every single day. He would lock himself in the bathroom, then emerge soaking wet, expecting me to blow dry him. He rarely wagged his tail, hated other dogs, who in turn seemed terrified of him, and almost never barked. A set when I called him Snow. Then he'd let out one indignant mossbale woof. "Do you want to be called Buddy?" I asked, sensing his dislike for the name. He didn't respond. "Buddy," I tried again. He bared his teeth at me. "Snow." He grudgingly wagged his tail. I beamed. "Forster? I knew you liked the name Snow." Snow. Besides all that, he was ridiculously smart. He could open doors, turn off lights, and occasionally he'd just full and leave. The front door would swing open and he'd be gone. I could panic thinking he'd run away for good, but he bolt always come back. Zest, I got used to his quirks. A smart dog made life easier after all. I took him with me to pick up a package once, and after that he started fetching them himself, a lazy girl's dream. Because he didn't really interact with anyone else, I didn't dwell on his oddities. Then one day my period started. I was curled up in bed cramping when I realized I was out of tampons. I grabbed my phone to order some, but Snow knocked it away, snatched a 20 from my dresser, and ran out. A strange feeling came over me and I decided to wait. 5 minutes later he was back, a plastic bag in his mouth. Amplified were not just tampons, but pain relievers too. "Snow, what are you?" I gasped. "Embot, are you some kind of alien dog?" I remembered a childhood book series and "Hey, are you Drake?" Snow ignored me, hopped onto the bed, and curled up beside me. After changing and taking the pills, I scrolled through the news. An article about wolves popped up. Several of the listed traits matched Snow's. I stared at the pictures, then rolled over and looked closely at Snow, comparing him to the images. "Mutt, Snow, you are not a wolf, are you?" He paused, blinked those soulful eyes, then let out a loud, drawn-out howl. On a move, that perfectly executed howl threw me off. Wolves howl. Snow might be unusual, but he was warm, affectionate, and definitely better company than living alone. He refused to sleep in his dog bed, preferring to cuddle with me. I was a cuddler myself, so it worked out perfectly. In the winter, I'd tuck my freezing feet under his